My name's Emma Stakes, and you've been listening to Us People podcast with Savia Rocks.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Us People podcast. And you're here with, I'm Savia Rocks, and you're here with Emma. Emma, welcome to the Us People podcast show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
Oh, no, you're... Hey.
Hey.
So, let's get into it. So, Emma, I met you through, it was actually through an email how we actually met, because originally I was emailing, is it Lauren?
Yeah,
And
Lauren.
she put me through to you, and she said Emma would be a really good person to have a podcast with. So I said, okay, it's fine. I know she threw you into it.
She did indeed.
And she kind of threw myself into it as well, because I didn't know what to expect. But it's been absolutely brilliant, because you have a music management company, and let's start there. So how did you get into music, first of all?
Well, I was an artist first. That's how it all kind of started. I'm from Yorkshire. I'd done musical theatre since I was a kid. I'd been on the West End and on various other shows with National Youth Theatre and other theatre companies. And then, just growing up and evolving, I ended up going into to music and wanted to be an artist. So I moved to London. I went to a music school. And I was signed quite early on when I was about 18 to a major record label. And then it kind of started from there. And then I kind of evolved into a songwriter, because I ended up being put with a lot of big songwriters out there who were writing hits for everybody from Christina Aguilera to Kelly Clarkson to all these different people, Amy Winehouse. So the company would put me in writing sessions to find my sound. And then I ended up just kind of falling in more into the bracket of pursuing the songwriting business, because there was a lot of changing parts, and I didn't really know what direction to go in with my music. And I was signed, and it was a bit stop and start, and sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. I had a few songs out that I'd featured on, like dance records, but then before you knew it, I was starting to make quite a lot of money as a songwriter, writing for other people.
Yeah. Do you prefer do you prefer songwriting other than the artist side? Which one would you say you prefer more?
I always wanted to be an artist because I love performing. I really, really love performing. But I started to find the songwriting side really rewarding, and financially it was much more rewarding as well. Like all of a sudden I'd been on a songwriting trip in Sweden, and I wrote a song, and actually Jessie J was on that writing camp as well, right? And she wrote Party in the USA on that exact same camp. I think I wrote for someone in Germany, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, a bit different. So I wrote this song, and then I think that's about 6 months, 8 months later, I got a check in the post for a very large sum, and I was like, oh my God, I could put a deposit. What the hell am I doing this artist?
I know that feeling.
Who needs to be famous, mate? Do you know what I mean? Send me the money. I was like, I can do this. I talk enough rubbish, so I thought, I don't know if you want to tell me. So I thought, fuck it. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna write, and I got a publishing deal, and I started writing for other people. So I ended up writing for, people in different countries. In Germany, I had a number one in Japan. I've written for Craig David. I've worked with Gary Barlow, Little Mix, all sorts of different walks of life. And then bizarrely, I ended up started to develop artists that came into the studio. So it was always better because in the songwriting world, you end up writing to briefs. So your record label and your publisher will send you a brief. So you'd get a brief in, and you try and cater a song to fit that brief, to pitch it for an artist that was already signed. So, but I actually started liking working with the artists that were unsigned and in the development stages. And then, as lo and behold, between all this kind of going on with me developing people, I got a phone call from Psycho Entertainment that did the X Factor Britain's Got Talent, and I thought, oh my God, yes, I'm going to end up writing for some more of the people who are signed to Simon Cowell. And then they said they offered me a job, so they offered me a job there. So I ended up, so I did 4 years working on X Factor in the UK and Britain's Got
Cool.
Talent, and I did a bit with America's Got Talent as well. So, and then after that, I set up my own company with my business partner, Mr. Brian Harris, who's had a lot of
Yeah.
hits, and we've got a roster of really talented, varied artists. We've got bands, we've got a few female artists, male artists, producers, and songwriters that we manage between here and in Nashville, Tennessee. So my business is
It's not
based
bad at
here in the
all.
UK and in Nashville. So yeah, it's good times, but it's a bit crazy right now with lockdown.
How has it been for you in lockdown so far?
To be honest with you, it's been really all right. I mean, my lifestyle has been, for the past 2.5 years, I've not really been in one place longer than a month. So I've either been in America
Okay.
or anywhere. So it's been quite nice for me and my boyfriend to just chill out and be home for a while and organise and get into a routine. And it's been really nice. We bought a badminton kit, so we've been playing badminton a lot. This week, when you've been told we can exercise with other people, we've got
Yeah.
a personal trainer coming and doing
Oh,
exercises in the garden with us. So we've got one tonight. God.
yeah, I started yoga actually, so it's not too
Oh,
bad.
really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
yeah, I've
want to
started
do that.
yoga.
I think I'm too manic. It might calm me down.
Why?
But we've been doing
No,
weights and
yoga's
stuff. I
good.
can't even move. Bloody hell, I've been agony. I had to
You
make my
know the
boyfriend
funny
move.
thing is, the funny thing is I started yoga and I've done in my back already. So
Really?
yeah, yeah, I've done in my back. So
Oh,
I haven't told anyone this. You're the first person that I've actually told this today. So I'm sitting on this chair and I'm trying to keep my back straight. And
mhm.
it's actually virtually impossible. I am in so much agony at
Oh
the
no.
moment. Yeah, yeah, but it will get better. It'll be fine. Once I have a hot bath and stuff, it'll be
Well,
okay.
I got told to get this because I'd had a bad back, and my boyfriend's had a bad back as well. We were in a car accident last
Oh
year, and
wow.
I think I just jammed my back. I mean, nothing serious, nobody died or anything,
Yeah.
or got any injuries, but you know, I think my back's being affected by it. Anyway, we've got this mat. It's an acupuncture mat, and it is so good
Oh.
for this. Yeah, and you lay on it. It's
Oh, I
like
might invest in
laying
one of
in
those.
needles. Yeah, Amazon. I mean, Amazon have done very
Amazon.
well. Amazon have done very well out of me throughout lockdown. Um, honestly,
Oh
I've got 3
man.
orders coming in this morning from Boohoo.
Okay.
I've never
You're
shut
on
down
it. You're on it.
my
If there was any artist that you could work with that you haven't worked with already, because I know you've worked with a lot, what
Right.
artist would you like to work with and why?
Hmm. Let me think. They're all nightmares.
Serious?
They're
You're gonna have to tell me some stories now. You said that, and I want to hear some
all
stories.
lovely. My artists are all lovely angels. They're not. They're just. They ask for nothing.
That's a
Um,
lie. You know that's a lie.
what artist would I like? I think it would have been fun to have worked with someone like Freddie Mercury. Like he seemed
Yeah, I
quite.
think that would have been
He
cool.
would have been
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good one.
But right now, I think Bieber or Dua Lipa or something like that. Someone who's really like on their A game. Do you know what I mean?
That
But
sounds cool.
they're all crazy.
What's the weirdest thing your artist has ever asked for? Because now you've got me
Oh!
intrigued to know
Well,
what
I
your
hope she's
artist
not
asked for.
listening. Like, she might be listening, actually. I better not post it too far because she will listen. But I have an artist, I won't say her name, but she'll definitely know she is. We are very funny when we're together. I go everywhere with her. So she's in America with me. We're in hotel rooms together. We're everywhere. We're inseparable. She's like my child. But sometimes we'll talk about the weirdest stuff. And I got a message from her at like I can't even believe I'm telling this story because this is really weird. But she'd been watching that program Black Mirror. Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I haven't really
definitely.
watched it properly. I have not really watched it properly, but I did see this particular one with they were in a game and they could be inside the game. It was all a bit
Yeah.
weird. It was a bit weird. I won't go into it too much on the podcast, but anyway, she messaged me not to go. Do you want to join the game? She messaged me at like 5 o'clock in the morning to check if she wasn't in a dream. Right? And I was like,
Huh?
well, you've woke me up. And she said that she'd been sent a message about a free phone. But if she gets the phone, does that mean she's not in the dream anymore? Honestly, it was the weirdest thing. Crackers. They're all crackers. They're all crackers. What else have I? Honestly, the things I have to do, it's just sometimes it's just very random. And two of our business partners in America are the gay cowboys. So
Gay cowboys.
we live together, yeah.
Howdy.
And then,
Howdy.
well, no, they're a bit different to that. I mean, they've got three, three-legged dogs and one with four legs. It's madhouse.
Aw.
It's very cute. It's very cute.
That's
Yeah,
what keeps them creative, it sounds like.
yeah.
It sounds manic, but it sounds like fun.
It's always
If there
fun.
was one if there was one quote that could represent you as a person, what quote would you choose, and why would you choose that particular quote to represent you?
A quote. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go.
I'm gonna.
I've
I'm
got
gonna.
Emma's brain ticking.
I'm gonna steal one of my colleagues' quotes for me.
Go on.
He always
Go
says,
on.
"Find a dream and live it." Find a dream and live it. I don't know quote wise, but that's probably it. Yeah, find a dream and live
No,
it.
that's
He's
that's
always out
fine.
there living them
So
dreams.
so if you were stuck on a desert island and I said to you, you have all the food and water that you need, right?
Mm.
What one artist would you take with you on that desert island to have a conversation with?
Ooh, one eye. Mm, I never know. So many, isn't there?
Yeah.
Maybe Amy Winehouse. You know, if she was still
That's a good
alive.
one. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
a good one.
I'd want to
Yeah, I
like
would love to have a
I'd want to get in
conversation
her
with
head
her.
and find out. I think I'm a bit of a healer, so I like to fix people. Sometimes I
Yeah,
reckon
like me. Yeah,
I could
same.
really, let's get to the root of this, and you know,
Let's find out why.
let's detox together right now on this desert island.
That sounds cool.
You
No, that
know,
sounds
she
cool.
seems interested, and her lyrics and all the, such great talent. She could sing to me while I was sunbathing. So yeah.
So how did you get into singing? Because I know you went into management, but why singing? Why did you I know that you stopped singing obviously for a bit,
Hmm.
or are you still singing now? Do you
I
still
still
find that you're
sing. I
still
mean,
singing at the moment?
when I'm because I'm in the studio a lot with artists and writing and stuff. So
Yeah.
and I still do songwriting because I'm still a published songwriter. So I do manage to do quite a bit of singing in the studio. So I do a lot of demos with
Yeah.
people, and I get asked to go on people's projects quite a bit to sing. I have quite a powerful voice, so I'm quite versatile as a singer. So I got into singing. Um, Really, I mean, I was probably about 4 in a nativity play, like, like kids when you're at
Yeah.
school,
That's
and
how it starts.
I think I was cast as a donkey or something, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so cute."
Oh.
And then I wouldn't shut up. My dad said that I was born a week late, so my lungs overdeveloped. He said he can hear me when I'm in
Is that what
Nashville.
your dad said to you?
Yeah. Yeah, he says he can hear me when I'm in America, when he's in Yorkshire at Beck Garden. I don't even need to be on call. But yeah, no, I've
Oh
got
wow.
quite powerful. I've got quite a powerful voice, so my singing just kind of came naturally as going through childhood, and you just kind of progress through,
That's fair enough.
experiences, and
Mm.
I was always determined. So yeah,
If you had infinity money, yeah,
again.
what would you change if you had infinity money? So if you had the ultimate amount of money, like infinity, it went on
Okay.
for ages. No matter what you spent, you always had more. What would you change in the music industry to become better or be better? Or
Oh
what would you just
God,
change anyway?
everything. No, I would be here all day if I went through that. I mean, a lot's changed in the business, and there's a
Yeah,
lot of nepotism, and there's a lot of
yeah,
uh, vanity projects. Some people can't get, you know, it's an expensive game as well. Like, I think the PRS Foundation do a lot of great things now, which is
yeah, that's
PRS.
true.
They do, development funds for people. I think if I had infinite money, I'd try and be able to. I think the hardest thing is finding the right kind of investment to actually do it if you've got talent. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
there anything you think needs changing in the music industry?
there's a lot of talk at the minute about songwriters not getting as much percentage on points to comparison to the producers, but you know we all get our equal share if you were involved. So that doesn't really bother me because I know that producers have to still pay for the room and they have quite a lot of time that they spend on a track once the songwriter has left the session because we work in top liners and
Yeah.
producers a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what I do, I mean, I don't know if I love it or hate it, but we live in a digital industry now, unfortunately. So I
Yeah.
think a lot of it
That's
is to
true.
do with the numbers game on social media rather than sometimes you walk into a record label with an artist's music and it's incredible. And someone maybe high up would probably ask what the numbers are on Instagram beforehand. And that would
Yeah.
be like, what?
How do you
Listen to
how
the
do you
record.
feel about that?
I feel weird about it. Like in America, it's very different. They actually want to hear the product first rather than the numbers. It is a bit of a numbers game in the UK, in my opinion. Maybe that might have changed while we've been in lockdown. I think things have eased a little bit, and I think a lot of I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think social media is 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 good for some things with businesses and entertainment, but it's causing a lot of mental health problems. But at the same time, I think I really do think that people compare themselves to others. Do you know what I mean? Too much, and you get obsessed with the ideal, but what you might be seeing is not actually real. So, but in the music industry, yeah, it's turned into a numbers game. Like, how do we get the algorithms to work? How do we get more followers? How do we do this? How do we do that? And it's like, and I don't know the answers really. I think you've just got to stay as active as possible and keep doing it. But at the same time, it's very bloody hard. And you've got to must be glued to your phone. I think what I've enjoyed the most about lockdown is being a bit more present. I feel like I've
A
you
lot of people have
know,
said that to
gone
me.
for more walks, done more cooking, actually listened more than been. I mean, I've still been on phone a lot because it's not really massively affected my work because we've still been having releases and independent releases on Spotify and things like that. So we've still been
Yeah.
radio's still happening. Radio's up 30% at the minute. So there's been,
Yeah.
we've still been doing all that side of things, but it's 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 I don't know. It's just weird times, isn't it? But
It
social
is.
media
It
is
is.
is, is a bit of a bugbear for me, especially the Instagram numbers game in the music industry. But I guess people would probably back the person who's got the bigger numbers compared to the person who's probably the most talented. But you just
I
don't
think
know.
that's sad sometimes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
I think that's sad sometimes.
Mm.
How do you motivate the artists who are under you? So what do you tell them? How do you push them? How do you break barriers in order to get your artist to where you want them to be?
I just encourage them and tell them that they're great, and I give constructive criticism. I try and give people, especially being in lockdown. I've got a lot of my artists who are constantly asking what they can be doing to stay relevant and to keep being active. Um, so I do come up with a lot of creative ideas for them to do videos or to write out storyboards for videos or photo shoots and song ideas. I've been encouraging Zoom sessions and setting up writing sessions. So I think it's just I encourage them just with being positive about the future and where they want to go and find a realistic route and talk through their issues. And music's really great because you can always,
Please.
as cliche as it sounds, it's like you can, whatever you've got going on in your head, there is an outlet in doing music, especially if you're a songwriter or an artist, a musician, singer. Do you know what I mean? It's always a great release. It's a bit like yoga, or it's like the exercise. People have got different things, but music is like you can actually say sometimes the words. So it's, yeah, I encourage.
Oh, no, it sounds cool. It sounds actually. Was there ever a time, Emma, where you felt like you were stuck or felt like you didn't have enough money or you didn't have the funds or support from the people around you? And what did you do to uplift yourself? And how did you get yourself out of that struggle?
Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing thing when you do the work in this industry. I think in any industry, there's
Yeah,
always,
that's true.
there's obstacles, but music industry is, when you've got something like, say, a talent that you are working in practice to, it's very difficult at the beginning stages to earn money from it, and do you know what I mean? So you get
Yeah,
all your insecurities come about, and your insecurities are heightened when you've got no money, and
even more so.
yeah, so there's, you get very low and depressed, and I've been through it. It's like people say you've got bipolar when you do music. I mean, you really do. I used to wake up every morning and go, why didn't I study to be a doctor? Because you put so much time into it, thinking,
Yeah.
you know, this is it. It has to work. And when it starts going a little bit hair shape and it don't work, you're like, oh my God, what can I do? I'm going to open a florist. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Do you know what I mean? You start thinking about all the things you don't know, coming up with contingency plans. Sorry, what was the question again? Sorry, what was the question? Yes, there's been a lot of lows. I'm still having them sometimes.
Oh, man.
I'm
Oh,
quite
Emma.
I'm quite fortunate. I've
Emma.
always had a great people around me. Sorry, it's making me laugh.
Okay, should we get to the question? All right, we'll get to the question.
Yeah,
So
go to
the
the question.
question is how do you basically when sometimes in life you feel like you want to give up on a situation
Oh
or
yeah.
even yourself. How do you take yourself back out and become positive again when you feel like someone's not supporting you, people around you are not supporting you, you've got lack of funds, or how do you get yourself back up to the point where you need to be where you need to be?
Right. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. It's just because we were laughing then. No, this is a serious question.
I'm
I
laughing
need to put
inside.
myself together. I As right, I have an amazing family. My mum is my best friend, so whenever I've had them low moments, she's always managed to pull me out of it. But I have to say something that's a bit. People might think I'm a bit weird with what I'm going to say, but I went through a very low patch about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years now, and
Yeah,
I'd broken up. I'd been in a serious relationship for about 10 years, and we broke up, and it was
it's a long time.
horrendous. It was horrendous. It was like a death. Like honestly, we don't even
Oh,
speak.
wow.
Yeah, well, we'd got a property and all sorts. It's drama, 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 and basically, it was an adjustment. And I'd lived in London a long time, and I moved back up north to be
Yeah.
nearer to my family and my support network, and my career was a bit all over the place. It was like, 1 minute I'd get in music. One day you could have a phone call and they could say, "You've got a cut for a record," or "This is doing really
Yeah.
well," and the next day it's like still nothing. So you're like sat in your kitchen going, "Oh my God, what do I do? Like, this is
What am I doing?
this is
Yeah.
my life. Do I need to change? What do I do?"
I think every creative person who I've spoken to, Emma, has been through a similar situation like you have.
Yeah, and then you're always panicking. And I did that many temp jobs and a million jobs, but I've learned to monetize my career, and I'm quite financially stable.
Yeah.
I've been doing it quite a long time. So, but I did read The Secret. Now that
So did I.
this,
Yes, I have it too.
and I
Yeah.
would encourage other people to read it because I did kind of channel the laws of attraction, and it was really weird because
Mhm.
I'd heard when I worked at Psycho, I heard about quite a lot of people. I won't name names, but they do the same.
Yeah.
They work with the powers of the laws of attraction,
Yeah.
and focus on the
Read The
positive,
Magic as well, Emma.
the
If you
magic.
have a chance, there's another one after it. It's called The Magic. So read that as well.
Oh, I'll do that because
It's by the same
I
author.
didn't even have my driving license when we broke up.
Oh,
I was in a terrible place. I never really needed a car in London, and and I moved back up north, and I thought, oh God, I'm never going to find anyone. I'm never going to fall in love again. This career has just gone
yeah.
to shit. And sorry, and
Let it out. Let it out. That's the whole point
everything
of the
was
podcast.
going wrong, and I was like, I'm never going to find anyone. I'd put a load of weight on. I felt like shit, and then I was just like, ugh, oh,
Yeah.
get me a KFC. The only way forward. But no,
Get me a
and then
KFC.
I was when I got invited away on this random holiday, and I met this little guy, and he was a sheikh from Dubai, and he kept saying to me, "Emma, you got to read The Secret." And I went, "Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I'll give
I
it a go."
agree with
And I
him.
kept laughing, thinking it was a bit of a joke. Anyway, I got back and I bought the audio book and I kept listening to it. I listened to it quite a bit, and then I got my driving license. Boom, bought my car,
See?
and I had it on in my car all
Boom.
the time. And then I went from a Mini to a Mercedes in no time because The Secret pulled me
See?
through. So it can be
See there?
done. It can be done. It's just about focus.
See?
It's about focus and working
See, and that
hard.
so now make sure you get the magic as well,
Um,
because now they're, like, coinciding
I
with each
want the
other.
magic. Bring me the magic. Yes, bring me the magic.
Oh,
God,
dear.
this podcast makes your
So
face look massive, doesn't it? I keep looking at my
Uh,
cheeks and
it's
stuff.
it's a good thing that it's not video because so many people are like, "Oh my gosh, are you doing video as well, Savia?" I'm
I
like,
know
"No, you're
because I
not
keep
doing
looking
video.
at
You're all
myself
right."
and I keep like looking at this and that, looking at that, and I'm like,
I
ooh.
wish that everyone could see how Emma is actually looking at herself
I know
because
I
it's
keep
like
posing, but at the same time,
it's
it's
like
my
she's not used to
chin.
seeing
I
herself.
hate it. Oh God, it's my roots, and I feel a bit double chinned in this angle. But anyway, whatever. I'll power myself. I'll think myself thin with The Secret.
Oh, dear. Okay, as an artist, uh, who and what, or how can you say, as an artist, what has been the best memory you've had in the music industry so far?
Oh, there's been a lot.
Yeah,
As an artist.
I can imagine. It's always hard to sum it up into one, but I always try to get at least one out of an artist or a company.
Mm. Sorry, I'm really distracted because I know that my boohoo delivery guy is ringing me in the corner of my house, and I'm thinking, please, I hope he can drop it off. They're ringing me. I can't take it. I'm not on a
Answer
podcast.
your boohoo. Answer your boohoo, girl. Answer your boohoo.
No, it's gone. It's too late. Oh, it's been delivered. Thank the gods. Right. Best memory, best memory. God, there's been a lot. I mean, I have toured singing on the Grand Prix circuit. That was pretty epic. I sang for like
Oh, that's cool.
Lewis Hamilton and everybody, and I performed to all them guys. And some of the cast from Game of Thrones were there, so that was good fun. Working on the X Factor,
That's cool.
scouting and vocal coaching the winners of the show, and then kind of helping guide them to the other side of it all was always good fun. Seeing one of my artists do really, really well
Yeah.
with the music and everything. Hearing my songs that I've written for other people played on the radio has been a great memory. But I think
How was it for the first time? When you heard your song on the radio for the first time, how was it for you?
well, it was in another language. They translated it, so I was pissed off. I didn't understand what they were saying.
Ah, oh, shoot.
No, but
Oh,
it was still a
man.
good feeling there. But when you actually do hear a song that you've written on the radio, and you're like, ha, yeah, yeah, that's my song, and then I probably sing it better. I'm gonna be honest, do you know what I mean? I've got an epic voice. Ariana who?
Oh, fair enough.
I'm joking.
That's fair enough.
I'm winding you up. I'm average.
Oh, man.
But what was I gonna say? No, there's been a lot of moments, but the best moments at the moment are the best moments at the moment is the people that I've got working with me. I've got an amazing team of people, and we're all really good friends. I think that's the key thing in any business, really. But I'm at that place where I'm around the people that I should be around in my life, and I'm 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 on the right path with those kind of people around me, and it makes me feel more confident about the work that I'm doing and just the person that I can be with those
Yeah,
people because
true.
and they're all nut jobs and we have a laugh and we never stop laughing and there's if
That's the
you're
whole
not
point of
having it,
creativity.
yeah, if you're not
Yeah.
having fun doing it, there's no point. Do you know what I mean? If it gets a bit too serious,
You're in the wrong job if you're not having fun doing it.
yeah, there's never a dull moment.
What's your ultimate goal for yourself?
I just want it's just happiness, really, isn't it? I want to have children,
Yeah,
and I want to give
yeah,
them great memories too, and healthy, and um, yeah. I
yeah.
just want
It's nice
success.
and simple. It's fine.
I just
Yeah,
want to be happy doing what I enjoy doing, which I am right now. I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm enjoying it.
yeah.
Um, and I just want to get back to it now because it's starting to drag on this lockdown a little bit too long. But
It is kind of
I've
long,
not
yeah.
reached my body goal yet to come back out into the
So your body
me and my boyfriend keep saying, "Before they announce that we're coming out, we've gotta get a few more pounds off. Like, let's do some more working
Yeah?
out." And then we
How
end
are
up
you doing so far?
well, if I went in my kitchen right now and brought out what we had last night,
Yeah.
we ended up getting a Pizza Hut.
Uh-oh.
So it all went wrong. It was going so well. And then yesterday, my boyfriend rescued a bird. This is like the day, like,
Oh.
oh no, it's not a good ending, I'm afraid.
Uh-oh.
He rescued a bird, and he was like, "Oh my god, Emma, I've rescued this bird. The cat was gonna get it. Next door's cat had it, and he rescued this baby bird, and we named it Maurice." And we
Oh.
were like, "Oh," and then he built like a little box, and he put it in this little container, and this little box, and he tried to put it somewhere that he thought the cat wouldn't find it. Anyway, and then he ended up hiding the box. And he kept going out checking on it, and then he went back out, and she'd finished it off. The cat had finished
Are
it
you
off.
serious?
Maurice was no more, so I got him a Pizza Hut.
Oh, man.
Diet over.
Oh. Oh,
Oh,
man.
poor
Poor
little bird.
Maurice, rest
Oh,
in peace,
Maurice.
Maurice.
Yeah, rest in peace. We buried him.
Oh, you buried him.
Well, he did.
So
Yeah,
you gave it a
I
funeral and
watched.
everything.
I'm awful. We did have a
Oh,
funeral.
man.
It's weird though, isn't it?
Right, I got
Lockdown, you start appreciating the small things in life, and like, oh,
yeah,
it was really
definitely.
sweet actually. Like, never in my life would I have held a little fluttering thing in my hand. I've been freaking out. Can't cope with little things like that and mice. But it was such a sweet little bird. Anyway, I can't believe I'm talking about
Aw.
a dead bird on the podcast.
We talk about loads of things on the podcast here. In our
Yeah.
Us People podcast, we talk about loads of things. So I've got two more for you,
Oh, go
Emma.
on then. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to your fans and your followers out there about being positive and being in the music business? And what would you say to me, like one-on-one, that you don't normally say to other people when you're having an interview so that people can get to know who Emma really is? Hey,
Um,
there you go.
my fans and my followers. um, Stay
Some
positive.
people think they don't have them, but you do. You have them. Even if they don't, they're not always clicking like on your Instagram. They're there.
Yeah. I would just to stay positive. You mean?
No, just in general, it's about you. It doesn't have to be necessarily about positivity, but it's just letting people know who Emma is and about if someone is in the music industry and they want to stay in it, but be positive about it, what advice would you give them?
I think
And
you just
also, what
stick
would
to
you
your
say
goal.
about you that you don't normally say?
Oh God.
Sorry?
I think to other people, I'd say if you've got a goal and you've got you've got a goal and you've got something that you want to do, and you're like, it's your passion. Stick at it. Don't divert into
Yeah.
other. If you keep going with something and work hard towards it and be positive, you will reach that goal. So don't give up. Just because
Yeah.
sometimes little life situations get in the way, don't make it give up on on what you want to be, and on your dream and your passion.
Yeah.
And always in the music industry, always take advice, get a good lawyer, check contracts, make sure you do all that kind
I
of.
like the way you said get a good lawyer as well.
You do need a good lawyer.
Yeah,
um
you do.
get a good lawyer, check contracts, always, you know say speak your thoughts. Don't ever be a sheep. Just if you don't believe in something, and you don't let someone else, like, you know keep you quiet or put you in a corner. And if this is your career, you only have one life, we think.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
you know do you, do you know what I mean?
No, that's fair
and
enough.
and
Um,
me,
yeah.
and the thing about me that no one else,
Yeah, go on, Emma. The thing about you, go on.
I don't really know. I'm an open book. I don't know. I think, people expect, because I've got quite a busy job, and quite a big personality, I suppose. I think people probably perceive me to be, you know, judge me on the work that I do. But being in this lockdown has made me realise, I'm quite a homebody. I don't even know what I'm on about right now. I'm just a normal person. And for those people out there following me, my fans, everyone out there, just I don't really know what to tell you. Just be yourself and be positive and follow your dreams.
Yeah. If I was in a room with all of your colleagues, right, and
They'd be laughing
I said
right
to
now.
them,
That's what they'd be doing. That's what they'd be doing.
if I was,
Something people don't
oh
know
man,
is
if I was,
my hair is not real.
if I was in a room with all of your colleagues, what one word do you think your colleagues would use to describe you? Uh-oh.
Crazy.
If it is.
Brian, who I work with, would probably say, I'm driven, but I'm crazy. He would say that I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm quite calculated in how I operate business. So I'm quite astute, really. I mean, I might have a laugh and a
Yeah.
joke and take the mickey out of myself, and I can laugh.
But when you have to be
But
serious,
when I
you're
have to
serious.
be serious, I can be a hard-nosed businesswoman. So, and he knows
That's fair
that.
enough.
And I'm quite, when it comes down to it, I can be quite ruthless as well.
Fair enough.
That's
It's
what
business.
people
It's
didn't know about
business.
me. Yeah, I have been a pushover in my
Finally, Emma.
time.
Finally, Emma, where can we find you? She's cracking up. Where can we find you on your social media?
We've got a management company called Little Big Music, and we've got
Yep.
littlebigmusic.co.uk, and then on Instagram and Facebook and things, it's Mistakes. I know it's an unfortunate surname. Hopefully, he'll put a ring on it one day. So it's Mistakes. Mistakes music.
What's okay? So what's whose surname's better, yours or his?
Oh God, anything's better than steaks. I mean, I've been called cod and cod steaks and rump steaks. Or if you call me Miss, I'm a mistake. I mean, can you win? But I kind of like it.
My name's not that bad, actually, when I think about it. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I quite like mine. It's all right. But yeah, Mistakes.
There's
You
nothing
can
wrong
find
with
me
it.
on Instagram. Follow me. I want to
Cool.
get the numbers up while we're in lockdown. It's really driving me insane.
Oh,
I've not really been posted as much.
Emma, I want to thank you so much for coming on the Us People podcast.
Oh,
and to the listeners, I know, you're welcome. And to our listeners, thank you so much for listening to the Us People podcast. Please remember you can subscribe to Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and any other platform that you prefer to listen to. Also remember, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please remember to stay happy, stay positive, and as always, continue to be kind to one another.